keto meat pie with grass-fed beef heart, and it smells as good as it looks. This is using a coconut flour crust that's highly adaptable. Oh, it smells so good. That looks like a massive, meaty, deep dish pizza. That's like 3 inches deep.
You can serve this with a side salad or cauliflower rice, whatever you're into. We're making a cheesy meat pie with gluten-free crust.
The coconut flour crust.
Yeah, the savory coconut flour crust from my baking book.
Nice. And Ariana, are you gonna eat any of this? Why would you eat something like this? It's got cheese in it.
Because I love cheese.
Okay.
This crust is super awesome. It's one of my favorite crusts from the book. I like it for all savory options like chicken pot pie, other meat pies, and quiches.
Could you use it like as a sweet pie crust as well?
You could, yes. The recipe calls for herbs, which makes it savory, but if you want, you just add maybe a tablespoon or two of a ketogenic or low carb sweetener.
And don't use the herbs?
And don't use the herb.
Blue oyster mushrooms. Our friends Lula and Talbot grow these. They've got a little mushy farm here, and these are just amazing. Look how big that is. Big old clump of blue oyster mushrooms. So if you can't get oyster mushrooms, you can use anything. Portobello mushrooms or whatever type of mushrooms you want.
I begin by sauteing 1.5 cups of chopped mushrooms in 1 tablespoon of melted butter. The mushrooms have been sauteing for about 5 minutes now, and I'm adding in 1 entire red onion that's chopped, and then 2 cloves of garlic. While the vegetables are sauteing on the stove, we're going to get going on the crust. Whisk 2 eggs in a small mixing bowl. Take 1/2 cup of melted butter and add it to a medium mixing bowl. Stir in 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is taking a step away from the original recipe, which calls for a combination of rosemary and garlic. Now combine the eggs into the butter. And finally add in 3/4 cup of coconut flour. And you keep stirring until the dough forms. Gather the dough together and press it into a ball. I take the ball and put it into a greased pie plate here. Spread it out with my fingers until you get some nice edges. Make sure it's even. Alright, now give it a good few pricks with a fork.
Why do you do that?
I think it helps it cook evenly so the air bubbles can escape.
I can.
This crust pre-bakes for 10 minutes while we cook the meat. It's time to brown the meat. Here I have 1.5 pounds of ground beef. It's actually 1 pound ground beef mixed together with 1/2 pound ground heart. Nice. I've tried this with liver and the kids love it.
They loved it with liver, they did.
I'm also going to add in my basil. This was 1/2 cup, like a big handful of fresh leaves. There was about 1/2 cup of unchopped leaf. Now it's all chopped up. I'm going to sprinkle it in there and add it to the saute. After 10 minutes of pre-baking, the crust is nice and golden brown. I'm going to pull it out and get the filling ready. Our meat's done. I'm going to remove it from the heat over here, transfer it into a mixing bowl. It's time to season with a little bit of salt and a little bit of ground pepper.
A lot bit of ground pepper.
Alright, a lot of it. And then I have 2 eggs to whisk. Add 2 whisked eggs over the meat and stir it up well to combine. Our filling is complete. Now it's time to add it into the pie crust.
Now you've got the Ari bait.
Yeah. This is her favorite cheese. It's a smoked mozzarella that we get from the farmer's market here. I'm going to put it on a half. So we have the option. Whoever wants cheese will have cheese, and whoever does not can have a cheese-free version. I'm putting it in the oven for 15 minutes. We want the egg to bake and the cheese to melt.
Woo-hoo. That looks so delicious.
I love having recipes like this because it makes enough. Tristan and I get a full meal, the kids get a meal, and there's leftovers.
Yeah, this is a good one for kind of bulk preparing. You could even make a double batch of this or make it in a big square Pyrex.
That's a good idea.
And save this for the kids. And it's kind of like a pizza. It looks so good. Oh, that is, whoa. That's okay. Look at that thing.
There it comes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go, my love. Mmm. That's how I like it. Oh, meat.
How do you like it?
Yeah.
I think the combination of the onions and the coconut crust, it has this kind of sweetness going on.
Oh, wow. I don't know why I'm surprised. That is so good. We're eating outside.
In the rain.
What's up, Ryder?
Come on, Ryder.
That is so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't know how I'm like surprised at how much I like it. The spices. Oh, it's the garlic and onion.
Garlic and onion, basil, and oregano.
That.
It's good, huh? Too hot?
No, he's gonna blow it and cool it off.
Yeah.
Alright, cheesy meat pie is a huge hit with the kids. And I don't know why I'm surprised I like it so much. I guess sometimes you forget how hungry you are until you eat. Thanks, Jessica, that was good.
My pleasure.
Alright, where can you guys find the recipe?
PrimalEdgeHealth.com.
There you go. And the crust for this one is in the Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. And you can find that exclusively at primaledgehealth.com. Cheesy deep dish meat pie keto style. And kid approved.